All right, what's up, party people? Hopefully all is well. Thank you guys all so much for watching and stopping by. If you don't already know, my name is Eli with Pokémon USA. As always, this is our time for anyone who has just any general questions about what's going on in the Pokemon market. This is your opportunity to ask. What's up, Derek? What's up, Nate, Digi, Poke Grindin, Nicolaj, Gabriel? Thank you guys all so much for stopping by. Appreciate you guys as always. But yeah, no, today's day, babe cakes. What's up? As always, we're just gonna talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But I don't usually have time to go through and answer each and every one of the questions. So on the comment section of videos. So this is your time to ask that. Whatever you want to ask. Greetings from 101 degrees San Antonio, Texas. Dang, that's crazy, dude. You want to buy my collection? I'm panic selling. Hey, never panic sell. Only sell if you need to sell, and only buy if it's a good opportunity. I know, Derek. I'm counting down the days. We got. It sounds like based on the reviews, Mrs. Marble's not going to be that good, but I'm still gonna check it out. At least the first episode. It's not as big of an investment as, let's say, the Eternals, which is a 3-hour movie. So definitely gonna check that out. Then we got Obi-Wan as well, and then we've got Peaky Blinders. So we got a lot of shows coming up, but I'm excited for it, man. Nice, I caught the live. Thanks for stopping by, Kevin. So I kind of want to just let people know and just be a little bit transparent with you guys. I'm having a little bit of a rough day. So I'm going to go for as long as I can. I usually go for a little bit after 2 hours. But if I start to, like, how I want to say this, if within like an hour and a half, I just kind of shut down, I apologize if I do decide to end it early. But I didn't want to, you know, last time we ended early because of the power outage. So I wanted to still make sure that I came and streamed and at least gave you a little bit of time, so I kind of pushed through it, but just want to be open, transparent with you guys. So if I don't see him as high energy, that's why. But yeah, I appreciate the love and support, though, as always. Obi-Wan, yeah, no, you know, there's a lot of criticism over the last episode specifically because they're like, why didn't Vader go in the flames? And there's all these different theories and everything, but that's how it always is, man, with Star Wars. I've learned the expectation is there's just always a ton of plot holes. I mean, you literally can make the same argument about, like, why didn't Vader just force grab Luke when he was trying to escape? It was all part of his plan. Like, there's always gonna be those kind of like question plot holes in regards to Star Wars. I feel a lot like, but Stranger Things 4, yeah, I'm not the biggest Stranger Things fan, and it's not because I don't like the show, because I've never seen it, so I just haven't ever started watching it. But I know a lot of people are psyched about that. I heard it's pretty dark this time around too. Working my second job right now. It's 103. I'm out in the sun. It's hot. Gosh dang, dude. Well, shout out to you for getting the money, man. Bought some Pokemon comics a few months ago, and now I'm here. Hey, well, thanks for being a part of it, bro. Derek, that's what she said. That's so funny. Man, I just got started in TCG. Don't crash now. Yeah, right? I mean, prices, we can take a look and see what's going on price-wise right now. If we just take a quick old look. Yeah, I mean, Astral Radiant, I mean, yeah, prices, they're still the same. I mean, obviously, you know, based on the video title, for me, it's one of these things where, also, I already pretty much know what Wednesday's topic video is going to be, and I'll get into that in a second, but, you know, it'll be interesting to see, because I do think the demand will go down soon in these upcoming markets, or upcoming sets, just based on the fact of the matter that you're just seeing overall demand just go down in the market. And yeah, like I said before, I do think it's a little bit of market manipulation going on with these alternate arts. I actually would love to take a look and see, since I posted the video, if we've seen any other items go up. I think I had mentioned that the Hisuian Lilligant is what I was kind of focusing on, so I'd love to see that. Thoughts on the Pokemon Go cards revealed of the 3 Radiants and the others so far? I like the Venusaur the most. I 100% agree, and hope you have a better day. I appreciate that. I 100% agree. I think the Venusaur is the best. I mean, I don't think it's enough to carry the set. The gold, if I'm being honest, the gold V-Star Mewtwo honestly added a lot to the set. So I think that's a little bit of a better thing. It's not gonna like negatively affect the set because they are the 3 shiny starters. First time you've ever had a Venusaur. So I think they'll be good for the set, but I don't think it's gonna hold as much volume as people really think, just based on the fact that the Radiants are going to be really easy to pull. No movement here yet. Just kind of flat, it looks like. So, how are you still feeling about loose Cosmic Eclipse packs for less than $10? I mean, I still feel pretty good about it. As long as it's in that, if you can pick it up for around less than 10 bucks, I think you're still looking at a really good price. I mean, I don't see why I would ever want to change my opinion on that. I think prices have gone up slightly, but not really. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it. Yeah, Cosmic, man, if you can grab them for under 10, I mean, it's because right now, like, it's going up after, you know, prices kind of went down because people were, what's the word I'm looking for, bracing for a correction. But it's one of these situations where the price corrects itself before the actual product comes out because there's a lot more emotional sentiment behind the, oh crap, they're about to, you know, come out with a product like the Arceus figure box, because this is literally the same week the Arceus figure box came out, or the week before, so, or sorry, after. So I mean, it's just it's still a good opportunity, honestly. Still pretty cheap. What's good, bro? How we doing, John Doe? How we doing? Hopefully all is well. Now knowing Astro Radiance, do you think that set or Vivid Voltage will age better? I think that set will age better, honestly. I think, and this is going to sound super controversial, I think Vivid Voltage is overhyped. I think that Vivid Voltage is overhyped because, one, it doesn't have character rares, it doesn't have alternate arts. It has amazing rares, it introduced amazing rares, which that's cool and all, but outside of that, what do you if you're gonna open this product, what are you trying to pull? Like, value wise, it's the Pikachu and that's it. If we just go literally high to low right now, it's Pikachu or nothing, man. If you don't pull that Pikachu, and even the Pikachu V full art, which this is only freaking 16 bucks, you're not really looking for anything crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, like, people like Nessa and SSG because Vivid Voltage has been like such a printed set, but it's still one of these things, man, where this set has not as much to be desired, I would say. You have your amazing rares, which are a couple of cool cards, but then as far as rainbows, it's only the Pikachu. You don't have alternate arts. You don't have a bunch of character rares. There's just nothing crazy about this set, I would say, and there just is a lot more hype about it just because of the Pikachu, in my opinion. So I could see this set not performing as well compared to Astral. So because, like, it's almost like trying to compare, and here's where it's hard, John. It's almost like trying to compare sets before they came out with the alternate arts versus after, and it's like trying to compare sets in Sun and Moon era before Tag Team and after. I mean, no doubt Tag Team sets performed so much better than sets before Tag Team. Even sets like Celestial Storm, for example, which Celestial Storm, it has a Rayquaza and it's performed well, but if you look at the majority of Tag Team sets, even after reprints, they've performed stronger. I mean, it's just a hard, really, comparison unless you have a really, really strong set like, you know, Celestial Storm. And to be fair, Lost Thunder was doing well before it got reprinted, so it had a Lugia. So you have these sets, or not reprinted, but old products came up. So you have these sets that, you know, perform extremely well, even without having the tag teams, but there just adds a new element of collectability that people really like with the alternate arts as well as tag teams. So sorry I've been MIE, Eli. I had COVID last week. I was actually wondering about that, Derek. I think I've mentioned this before, and I'll say this again. If you guys ever do go MIA, after a certain point, like a couple of weeks, I always think about where the frick did this person go? Like, So I definitely was wondering where you were, Derek. I don't have any of your information, so there's no way for me to directly contact you. But there's actually been times I've had people that are a part of my stream that I've either messaged through Discord or emailed them and have been like, yo, where you at, my guy? Like, it's been a while, I miss ya, because I do care about a lot of you guys. Like, it sounds weird because, like, I'm just some guy on a screen just talking to you about Pokemon, but I genuinely do like to hear how you guys are going. Like, one of the moderators specifically was messaging me for advice, and I just had a conversation with him, and I always make sure to check in and see how he's doing because he had some family stuff, and so I genuinely, like, I don't know, I try to be just a person that really takes genuine interest in you guys because I care. Sorry to get a little sappy, but it's true. Stranger Things, queue it up. It's off the chain. Season 5 next year is supposed to be really since it will be the last season. Whoa, I just started coughing out of nowhere. Interesting, yeah. I mean, I heard season 4 is pretty solid so far, but like I said, I don't know much about it, but I'll definitely have to give it a try. The only reason why I didn't is because season 1, a lot of people were saying was good, and when I asked them what was good about it, the only thing they could tell me really was that it was very much nostalgia driven, and I don't really like that. There's a reason why, like, one of my least favorite Star Wars movies is and don't get me wrong, like, I hate all prequels, but one of my least favorite of the prequels, hands down, is definitely the 7th episode. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, but the reason why I just hate it so much is they just took A New Hope and then they just relabeled it, and it was terrible. Not Rises, I can't remember the episode 7 name, but yeah, just terrible. So not trying to run on that nostalgia. Now, if you want to see an example where they do a good job of that, you talk about No Way Home. No Way Home hit that out of the park. So I that's one of the reasons why I didn't watch it initially, but at this point it's just like I don't really watch a lot of Netflix. Netflix has started to become Netflix originals. Literally the only thing I watch is Peaky Blinders from them. So other than that, I spend most of my time on Disney Plus. What's up, Andrew? Hopefully all is well. Ash Casham says, we're here for Eli. Anything we do to help and support. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. Seriously. Yeah, no, I just I don't know, I had a rough day this morning of volleyball. I just felt kind of weak. Like, I literally just felt like I couldn't, like, move my legs. And so when you have a bad day and that's how you start your day, that's kind of tough. And then I got absolutely slapped by, I punctured my radiator last week. And apparently I got it into the shop, and apparently it also was a, thermometer leakage as well, or a thermostat leakage. I have no clue. All I know is that they told me that I was going to be charged $1,700 to have my car fixed, and I have a volleyball tournament on Saturday, so I'm trying to drive up on Friday. Hopefully it'll be done by Thursday, Friday, but it's like the stress of having it, you know, hopefully done before the tournament, and then the stress of having to pay $1,700, and then both my distributors came calling to me saying, hey, we got X amount of money that we need from you for product, and I'm just like, oh my god, I just got absolutely wrecked today. Like, you start off already in a rough, you know, mood because, you know, volleyball kind of set the mood, and then I just get absolutely crapped on financially because of my car getting wrecked. And it's the worst thing too, because it was like I was pulling out of a parking lot, and it was one of those like side curbs, and I just pulled out a little too sharp, my tire hit the top, came down on the corner, punctured, and just absolutely wrecked it. And so yeah, that is tough. So I'm gonna have to figure some things out. So it's been a rough one, but hopefully all is well. And then just a couple other mental things. It's like one of those things. I was talking to my sales rep about this actually, because of venting to him a little bit about it, and he was like, you know what they say, man, when it rains it pours, because it's like one of these things where it's like, this can't get any worse. Oh, you bet your sweet bottom it can, because it just like kind of just, you know, spirals. I feel like that's how it is for me. Like, the bad days just like keep getting worse. Which, you know, gotta just keep your head up and just move on, not dwell on it. Yeah, they're definitely overprinting. It's gonna hit hard, but I don't think it will crash. What specifically are you referencing? Just Pokemon in the future, or a set specifically, CJ? I have Hidden Fates UPC with a little dent in the front middle. No tears. Thoughts still sealed. What do you think I could sell it for? I mean, I have a Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection, so I assume you're referencing the Rayquaza. I mean, it'll still sell for really well. It just really comes down to how big of a dent it is, because if it's a very minor dent, like a lot of ETBs come shipped from distributors with minor dents, and they're not going to do shit about it. They're like, sorry for swearing, they're like, oh, it has a small dent, tough luck. Oh, it has a small tear, tough luck. So it's like one of these things where you're just SOL either way. And will it really like bring down the value? Maybe a little bit, depending upon how big the dent is. But I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon product that it's older product, and unless it's like a super drastic, like one way or another, I wouldn't say that it's gonna really affect you that much. If we're going off of market, we can take a look and just see what it's going for right now. Just check the prices, high to low. So the Ultra Premium Collection for, I mean, but is that actually what it's selling for? Let's take a look. 588. Yeah, no. Let's take a look on eBay. Let's go to eBay and see. eBay. In Fates Ultra Premium Collection. Man, it's crazy. What the frick? Where are my filters? Where are my filters? Wow. It's such a sick premium collection, I will tell you. Just based on what I'm seeing right here, it depends on the dent, but you could probably sell it for anywhere between $5 to $5.50 if I were to just say based off of what I'm seeing right now. But I'm trying to find recently sold, but for some reason, you know, eBay is acting a little weird right now, so I do apologize. Here, we'll wait. Wow, did they adjust it differently? What? Where's last sold? Did they do an update that I can't find? Why can't I find last sold? Why am I not finding that? Can someone help me? What's up, Zach T? Hopefully all is well. I think as the market cools, we'll see the true reason why Pokemon wants more power when it comes to printing, and we could see a print to order and more direct to consumer model. Interesting, Andrew. So you're saying cut out the middleman, like get rid of distributors and get rid of retailers, or just get rid of like what are you specifically talking about with that? Because I doubt they'll ever get rid of retailers, because they need retailers. Like, they need local game stores and everything, specifically because, Andrew, they are a game, like they're solely based on running tournaments and the competitive format, so they would be destroying that kind of crowd that they're trying to cater to in regards to competitive formats, especially LGSs. Kevin Clear 750. Oh, screen went black for a second. That was weird. What do you mean 750? What will crash the hardest in the deflationary environment? Modern? I would say products that are overinflated and are and by inflated I mean both in price and I mean both in supply as well. And then yeah, probably modern's going to take the largest hit, especially new sets of modern are going to be taking the largest hit, because those are the ones that are, because as people basically start to have their wallets like ratcheted down and like tightened up and they're spending, you're going to see more and more people kind of focus less on what's going on in the hobby because they're not able to spend as much. Like, you'll have some people that'll still like partake in the newest, you know, sets and stuff, but they'll become more focused on finances and like being able to, you know, make do with rent and other expenses. I mean, of course, gas hit another all-time high. Who would have guessed it? We almost have a $5 national average. Everyone get excited. Getting there. But yeah, no, it's definitely one of these things where we're getting close to it. So all right, here we go. Shows only. That doesn't seem right. 866, 541, 517, 550. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think I was pretty right on that when I said 500 to 550. That just seems about right. But yeah, going back to it, man, I mean, you're talking about overinflated items for sure. Which, speaking of which, PSA, for those people that don't know, PSA just recently opened back up again. So they dropped their prices down to $30, and it's going to be, if you send in more than 20, then you get that $30 price point. So you're going to see more than likely a decent amount of people be sending in cards. I don't know how that's going to affect ultra modern slabs, but I can tell you that if you do see sets that are already heavily printed as it stands right now, those are going to be ones that are going to be affected the most. And then cards as well. I mean, cards are going to get hit the hardest. If we're talking what's going to get hit the hardest, it's going to be cards. Like, individual singles are going to get slaughtered. So, I mean, unless we're talking high demand, and I'm talking raw singles. Like, PSA is going to get wrecked too for Ultramodern, but specifically raw singles of Ultramodern are going to get destroyed. Because it's one of these things where it's like, sure, you can say they're printing less boxes, and so, quote unquote, there's going to be less out there. But the value of the individual cards themselves are just going to go down, because people that are specifically going to buy most of the time are buying to open and not to sell. And so if you see people's wallets tighten up, they're going to be focusing in on buying to open, and they're not going to be buying cards for their personal collection. Maybe that's just, maybe that sounds like a crackpot theory, but I mean, this is exactly what just happened in 2016 and so on and so forth. So it's just one of these things where during downturns, items that are typically inflationary are the ones that are getting hurt the most. But you're saying you said hits hardest in the deflationary. I think you meant inflationary. But if you could buy 3 packs, which would you buy that are under $100 to keep sealed? And it has to be. Well, here's the question, Zach, and I'll answer both ways. Is it I have a budget of $100, or is it the cards or the packs themselves? I can't spend more than 100 on the combined 3. Because if you're talking about for my own personal self, it'd be pretty easy if you give me a $100 limit. It would probably be a Majestic Dawn booster pack, a Arceus pack, and then probably a Stormfront. I could easily grab all those for under 100. Now, if you're saying for a combination of I have an $100 limit, and I want to kind of buy a little bit more expensive packs, I would say that you could find really good deals right now on a lot of black and white era packs. I think Legendary Treasures I've seen sell for as cheap as 40 to 45 bucks. So I'd probably go with a Legendary Treasures, and then I would probably combo that with a new era set of, gosh, I mean, that's 45 bucks. I got 55 left. That's an interesting one. I'd probably go Phantom Forces, and then here, let's do the quick math. So let's say Legendary Treasures you're buying for, let's say 45, you can find it, right? And then let's go Phantom Forces, and let's just look up what a Phantom Forces booster pack is going for right now. So they are selling for, Jesus loves me, the shipping on that is stupid. Is stupid. I mean, I could probably find it somewhere based on what this is telling me for 25 to 30, because I'm able to find a lot of discounts off market pretty easily. So I would say, just for the sake of this, let's say we're buying for 45 plus 30. It gives us $25 of wiggle room. What else would I want to buy? That's $25. Generations is pretty up there. Pretty expensive. I might grab an Ancient Origins. Ancient Origins isn't a bad pickup, I feel like. I could be wrong. I mean, the easy answer would be, of course, like Evolutions or like Hidden Fates, but... And then that gives you wiggle room too. I would say a mix. It could be anywhere between Ancient Origins, Evolutions, or Hidden Fates. If you're talking about just older product, if we're talking about more expensive, high-end stuff. But honestly, I mean, you could buy so many Cosmic Eclipse packs that are going for $10. It just depends on what you're kind of... Are you talking about from investability or collectability? Because I'm going off of collectability as well as investability. So, but yeah, I would say those two for sure, and then a mix between the other three I listed, and then that'll give you wiggle room as well in case packs prices are a little bit more expensive. How much does the Arceus V being a large box to ship with only 4 packs take away from a long-term hold? It definitely takes away from it a little bit, John. That's a great question too, because it's not the fact of the matter that it's a bad long-term hold, because I've told you guys, I think it's going to be the #1 performing item of 2022. And the reason for that is just based off of what we saw with Galar Pals. And Galar Pals went all the way up to 120, 130, I think at some point. It's around a little bit over 100 right now. So you're talking about a 5x return, roughly 4 to 5x. And you could see that happen with Arceus. The only thing, of course, like you were saying, is it's going to be harder to ship it out. Because, I mean, if you ship out one, it's only going to cost you like $4 or $5 at most. So it's not extremely expensive. And when you're talking about cutting into margins, it's not bad. The biggest issue is storing it, because these boxes are so fragile. So buying them in cases is definitely more ideal. And even then, they take up a lot of space compared to something like, you know, an ETB case takes up a lot. So compared to like a booster box or like a bunch of, you know, UPCs, which they take up a decent amount of space, but booster boxes are definitely king when it comes to storage. So you really have to just kind of gauge that. And to be quite frank with you too, if you're talking about someone who's wanting to invest in Pokemon but they don't have a ton of money, that's something they can gauge, right? Versus if someone who has more money and they don't have as much storage, then they can gauge that. Or if there's someone who has a lot of money and has a lot of storage, like, you gauge what works best for you. And that's kind of one of the biggest things I want to preach on right now, is in regards to investing. There's so many opportunities to invest in when it comes to Pokemon. So just consider these 3 factors. How much do you have to spend? How much space, these 2 factors, and how much space do you have? If you have and here's the 3 different solutions, right? You have a lot of space, but you have a little bit of money, go for the Arceuses. Those are great. Not financial advice, not financial advisor. If you have very little space, but you have a lot of money, then ETBs are not going to be as suitable for you. These Arceus Vs are not going to be suitable. You can probably grab a couple. Booster boxes are going to be more suitable case-wise, because they're going to be on the more expensive end, and you're going to be able to have, you know, less room. So it's going to be more compact for you. If you have both, then go on and diversify. I make sure to diversify. I got booster boxes, I got ETBs, I got Arceus V, like, I got it all. And so for that reason, it's one of these things where just basically, you know, understanding your situation is huge, because you can still make opportunity in other places. And yeah, you can say to yourself, sure, let's say Arceus V outperforms booster boxes for, you know, the majority of sets in Sword and Shield. And I'm going to say that's more than likely going to happen from a percentage perspective, obviously not a dollar perspective. But at the same time, at the end of the day, as long as you're turning a high profit, then it's not going to matter for you, because you're calculating your storage space that you have, and that's what's more realistic for you. If we have a true crash, almost everything will drop in price, just like we had in the boom. No, 100%. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, you want to gauge for like what is going to crash the most, because there will be things that overcorrect, but then for the most part, a lot of things are going to crash. I mean, you're talking about 08, real estate prices in my specific area, which is a super high demand area, crashed 35+%, and people thought that it wasn't going to go over 10% because of how high the demand is. But that's the thing, is nothing's safe in a true like recession. Even items that are very low pop, like, they're going to be safer because they're not overinflated, but they're still going to be victims. I mean, that's just how it is in a crash. Buy cheap, sell large. Yeah, right. So do you think the market will crash? I think we're in a buying market. I've been getting so many deals. I 100% agree with you, Pride. I think that we're currently in a buying market right now. You're starting to see a lot more opportunities kind of pop up. I mean, frick, man, I remember when I was just unable to buy product from my distributors and I was unable to buy secondhand. When I'm able to buy secondhand, that's when you start to say to yourself, we're in a buyer's market. But here's the thing, man. We were in a buyer's market in 2018, but 2008. But literally 2009 and 2010 were still some of the best times to buy, and we didn't literally see a bottom until like near the end of 2009. So it was several years of a downtrend, and so you're gonna have a lot of opportunity in the start of this, you know, more than likely recessionary period, because we're still waiting for our second quarter result, which is going to officially put us into a recession if we are negative again on GDP, which is more than likely, especially with gas prices going up and everything going on just in the economy in general. So I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, just dollar cost averaging is kind of what my strategy is. If my product drops, that's okay, because this is a long-term game. Plus, I'm collecting a lot more too, because a lot of the items I wanted to collect earlier were pretty expensive, and now I'm able to pick up some items for my collection at a lot more affordable. So if you had to pick one set from black from BOK, I assume you mean black and white. I would say, I mean, god, dude, probably, yeah, I'd probably say Legendary Treasure. Such a great set, such a fun set too. Thought and white era, what would it be? Yeah, probably, yeah, 100%, man. I just love Legendary Treasures. Is such a cool set. It's such a cool set. Not to mention too, I mean, let's just take a look at the main pulls in this set. I'm sorry, a golden Reshiram Zekrom card? Yes, please. Absolutely gorgeous art designs, and then you have the Radiant slot, which is even more fun. So that's what I would say, personally speaking. All right, guys, I'm out. Break is over. Hey, well, I appreciate you so much for stopping by, CJ. Thoughts on Astral so far? Set looks to be surprisingly good. I think, honestly, Yang, I came in with very low expectations, and I came up happily surprised, and I think the pull rates really changed that for me, so it's definitely got better. Sorry, word that question weird. If you had to buy booster packs from one of the black and white eras, would it be, yeah, 100% reading collection from Legendary Treasures, or just Legendary Treasures, sorry. Hidden Fates Premium Collection box is expensive. What's your feeling? How much of that was printed compared to? Oh, 100%, not that much. I mean, you're gonna say comparably, John, that it's one of these items that is not as easy for the Pokemon company to print, because when you think about how hard it is for them to print ETBs, let alone booster boxes, because it's very much like rapid factory machine printing. UPCs specifically and these premium collections are just harder to print, so the supply is probably less. And that's the thing, when I talk about, you know, performance on items, there's a reason why I always talk about, you know, print runs as playing a major factor on why ETBs outperform booster boxes on average, because they just have so many less print runs. You take them away, booster boxes perform better, but that's what happens with these UPCs and other items because their supplies are so small. For Pokemon, I'm really investing more in potential demand than the product itself. I mean, that's definitely not a bad strategy to take. Trax Phantom, what's up? Hi, ho. I just bought some more Evolving Skies. Nice, what'd you buy? And then I'm gonna take forever. All right, let's see if I can speed that up. That's why you work on your car. I would have 4 core radiators there and a new thermostat. Well, here's the problem, Kevin, is my car, I originally was planning on doing that, but my car is a TDI, so it has a turbo, and because of that, in order for me to work on my TDI, I have to take the wheels off the vehicle, and I can't do that. Like, I physically don't have the equipment to be able to do that. I don't have friends that physically have the equipment to be able to do that. So I have to send it into a shop because they're able to lift and get under the vehicle. And that's just above my pay grade too. And that would take up so much time, sadly. Will they reprint more XY Unified Minds? Definitely not, Trax. They will definitely not reprint any of those sets. So just to kind of give you a little bit without going into it too deep, Trax, they reprint sets that are in the standard format for Pokemon, the trading card game. If you want to look that up, then you can totally just go online and see it. And it'll tell you what sets that is. I had 2 of my 20 Arceus V boxes I ordered that got some dents and stuff. I got full refund for both. I was able to keep them, so that was W in my book. That's a big W, dude. That's sick that they were able to do that. See, that's the thing. Retailers will protect you more than distributors. Distributors aren't going to do that. We see more Cosmic Eclipse returning. Well, yeah, but that's because that was a canceled reprint, track. So there's supposed to be a reprint for Cosmic, got canceled, and then these are old packs that are getting thrown in now into newer products. So it is just a canceled reprint, and they're just have packs. Do you partake in the green substance? I do not, Patrick. But to be fair, I have never been drunk, and I have never smoked anything in my entire life. So I'm a little lame. I'm a little boring. Always been very focused on sports and athletics. Or sorry, sports and athletics. That's basically the same thing. And academics. And work too. So I've literally never been buzzed. I've had a sip of alcohol in my life and never smoked anything. So got nothing against it. I have plenty of my friends smoke and drink. I could care less. Stopping to say hi before I leave for my nephew's baseball game. Hey, shout out to you, Tom, and best of luck, dude, to your nephew. Travis, what's up, dude? How we doing? We looked last night. It's $750 for. Are you talking about the premium collection, or what are you referencing, Kevin? No, Patrick. Eli is straight edge. Seriously, dude, I am. You have to click more filters on the left. Oh yeah, I'm already behind. Hey, what's up, Cheetown? How we doing, brother? It's only my brother. What's up, dude? A lot is sitting on the shelf. 1000% tracks. I see products more and more these days. Sorry, missed first stream. What do you think? When do you think this will happen? I mean, it's already progressively. We're in a buying market right now, old man. Like I was saying. So I think it's progressively happening now. It's just taking time, and it's going to slowly continue to go down. Yeah, $5 gas. Well, that's the thing, Tom, is national average. So states like Texas and other more, quote unquote cheaper gas states are the ones that are basically pretty are weighing down the average, because in my state right now you're paying $5.30 for gas, and that was when I looked the other day. So it's probably gone up. PSA or CGC or Beckett. Beckett for ultra modern, and then PSA for older, and then CGC if I just want it in a slab. So those are my 3 opinions on that. Why would modern take a bigger beating than vintage, where a lot of modern, especially sword and shield prices, are not in any way high? Because Mike, when I say ultra modern, specifically the newer sets that are going to take the biggest beating, it's going to be the newer ones that haven't released yet. Those sets, I mean, because think about it, guys. When Hidden Fates first came out, you were talking about fire sales at Target. Like, you could go in and buy a tin for $10. They had Black Friday deals. So ultra modern was just getting hit the hardest because the demand just wasn't there for Pokemon. And since Pokemon is printing the most of newer product, and the demand is not there for newer product because people are not getting into it, when you already have a fan base built around the nostalgia of older product, then it's hard because you're not being able to bring in those new consumers for a new product that they're producing, versus you already have consumers of older stuff because of the fan base and the time and the curation it's had to kind of develop that base, as well as the nostalgia as well. CGC is garbage. Not the biggest fan myself either, Derek, but that's just because I look at premium prices and I do not like their slab. I think it's the worst looking of the 3. So I would love it if they redid their slab. Okay, singles I agree on, but definitely not sealed. Yeah, I think sealed will still do bad. I mean, singles are definitely going to do worse for sure than sealed, but sealed is still not going to do good, like the example I used with Hidden Fates. What percentage do you give Pokemon to reprint celebrations UPC? I mean, obviously this is just a clear out guess, but I'm saying at 10%. I'm waiting for the individual raw singles to just crash hard, because that's where I will come in, and it's what I've been waiting for. Yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you, specifically Digi on Evolving Skies. If you watch Haikyuu since you play volleyball, I've been waiting for that moment like Suki did. I cried so hard during that moment, Digi. And then I also cried with Tanaka's moment. Haikyuu is my favorite show of all time, hands down. Absolutely amazing show. Season 4 is my favorite too, if you're wondering. And my favorite character is Oikawa. I love Oikawa. He is my favorite. I love his character development. I think they'll move more to online marketing to gauge how much product is being bought overall, rather than rely on their partners. And you're right, currently they need them, but maybe not always. I mean, unless they're literally, because that's the thing. Oh, that's a good point, Andrew. But I mean, you need that in-person interaction for trading, and you need that in-person interaction for virtual cards, or for more than just virtual cards. So the competitive game, although a big component is going to be online, they need that in-person interaction, because you have Collecticon events, You've got general tournament events in person, and the way in which they run the system right now online, it's just, I mean, it could transition to that later in the future, but when you just have collecting and you have trading, that's a trading card game, and you can't do that online right now, especially not at peer-to-peer at this moment. Yes, Eli, things are getting real. I talked about things going on in the economy on my channel on Sunday because I wanted my viewers in the community to know, since not too many channels are speaking out about it. Yeah, no, it's a really sad reality. Pokemon TCG, that, you know, Pokemon product is just starting to, you know, it's starting to go down slowly. Obviously, you have your high demand items that are still going up, but a lot of older product has just been like kind of downtrends outside of specific niches. And the demand specifically is what's going down the most because things are getting more expensive. It's being represented in certain areas, and like we've talked about before, it's definitely a buyer's market for sure. Tom, Haikyuu is an Oship show, 100% agree. Best sports anime? Yeah, no debate on that one. Pokemon Island, what's up, my guy? Always at work during your lives. Hope all is well. Blessed. Aloha. Aloha to you too, my guy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mini Tins cases provide great price per pack as well as storage logistic buy-in for Pokemon TCG. Specifically, the Mini Tins case from Celebrations, absolutely gorgeous, and I still think it's a great price. Spent 10K on Pokemon in the last few months, and I low-key regret buying so much in such a short amount of time. I feel that, Derek. I gotta pace myself, dude. I'm more bullish for stocks more than Pokemon market right now. I mean, I'm not bullish on either, but I don't think it's bad as long as you're getting in at the right dollar cost average price. God bless you all and have a blessed day. You too, Devin. I'm more bullish for Pokemon than stock market. I would agree. That's just because the returns and the volatility is so much greater. I mean, it's not to say that like stocks won't do well, but they are quote unquote less risky and less volatile, even though you've seen volatility go up so much more in the past 5 years since you've had these like online trading platforms that give access to people that no longer had access before because they had to have verified trading accounts and have X amount of money. So stock market's definitely become more volatile, and people don't realize how risky the stock market is. It is still extremely risky. I mean, it's not as risky as crypto and, you know, hypothetically Pokemon, but I mean, it still has risk. These things all have risk. And for me, I believe in the hobby of Pokemon a lot more. It's just harder to store that kind of stuff. And crypto too, but crypto, I think crypto's in a bear market as well. I think most things are going in a bear market or are starting their bear markets. I need Pokemon to crash more than I'll be bullish again. Yeah, we're not, you're definitely not, I mean, things are just getting heated up for sure, Digi. Do you think that the metal chests will be sought after for displays like ETBs are? Yeah, for displays, no, but I think that the promos and what's in them are going to do well. I mean, you talk about like the Shining Fates one, it performed just as well as the ETBs, but ETBs got reprinted multiple times, so maybe that's not a fair comparison. But I mean, same thing with ETBs comparing to booster boxes, so you got to look at that. And then the chest for Celebrations has done well. So less collectability and more of just good materials for these specialty collections. Kids, people enjoy the game. You don't get that enjoyment out of the stock market. Bingo, Mike. 1000% agree. Hello, same bro, for real. Yeah, it's like don't get me wrong. I will take enjoyment out of like quote unquote collecting stocks because I'm like, ooh, I got a Disney stock. I own a part of Disney. So cool. But being able to physically own like an advent calendar of Disney, which historically has performed extremely well because Disney collectibles and Disney heads are crazy, that is way more fun to do that because I love collecting advent calendars for Disney. Specifically, they're like specialty ones of like Halloween and Christmas. So I mean, you can find more enjoyment out of that, and you can make a greater return a lot of the time. I literally I got a gift. It's the funniest thing. My mom and my girlfriend got me the same exact gift for Christmas. They both got me advent calendars or the Cube advent calendars for Disney, and I'm like, oh, they both got me the same gift, so I have two of them. One of them I kept sealed, and the price of it has already doubled. It's crazy how much like those items have gone up. Disney freaks, man, they go quick. I mean, there's so much nostalgia around Disney is why. True, I have more fun with Pokemon, but the stock market is looking... I mean, dude, everything is, though, to be fair, Derek. There's so much opportunity everywhere. I mean, like I said, you take 6 months back of Pokemon. Specifically, I mean, actually not 6 months back. I want to say a year back of Pokemon. You couldn't buy crap. There's opportunity nowhere. Plotist, thank you for Majestic Dawn, Arceus, and Stormfront packs. Yeah, dude, those are 3 easy $100 packs. You're talking about that. I mean, Majestic Dawn specifically, I mean, those are sets that, so Majestic Dawn, it has such a huge EV appeal, so that's why it's such a great set. Arceus has such a great shiny reverse rare appeal, especially considering you've got Arceus coming in with the most recent Brilliant Star set, and then Stormfront has a Charizard, it has Levelexes, it has shinies. I mean, there's a lot of diversity with those sets. Even if you're not a fan of Levelexes, like, don't get me wrong, like, obviously I'm giving a little bit of bias because of my own collectability, because of, like, what I love. But if you just go back and you look at Stormfront as a set from high to low, and you look at, it's got a golden border remake Charizard, Charmander, Raichu, Level X, gorgeous design, shiny Duskull, shiny Drifloon, shiny Voltorb, you know, Gold Charmeleon, the Level X designs if you like them. Their regular designs are gorgeous. I mean, you got Gengar, you got Raichu, you've got obviously, you know, the original 3 from Gen 3 and 4. You've got a lot to desire. You've got a lot to desire from a set like this. And I mean, don't get me even started about Majestic Dawn, which is my favorite Diamond and Pearl set of all time. Although those other 2 definitely come in a close second. Leafeon, Glaceon, absolutely gorgeous. The amount of reverse hollows, I mean, you got, look at all these hollow designs. You obviously have the bird designs too, which are gorgeous. Palkia, Dialga, if you're a fan of those. Cresselia, Darkrai. But look at just the designs on these cards, dude. Such gorgeous, dude. What are the choices Pokemon actually dials back printing with recession? This makes the next several sets to come out being less printed and better to invest in Sword and Shield. I think it's probable, honestly. I think that the Pokemon Company has always been really good when it comes to printing. They print to demand. So what's going to happen, John, is if the demand is there, they will print it. If the demand is not there, they will not print it. And I don't think the demand is going to be there as much for a lot of ultra modern sets. So they're probably going to dial back just so that the prices don't, you know, they want to find that balance. They want it because the current prices right now to buy booster boxes has gone up $10 to $15 in the past year. They understand that they can't overprint it to the point of where people are flash selling booster boxes and losing money, but they can't underprint it to the point of where people are spending $150 to $160 a booster box. They want to find that happy medium ground, and I think they've done a good job with that with Astral specifically. It's a bummer that there's only one wave, but I think it's potentially going to transition back to one wave systems and no longer wave 1, 2, and 3 just because the Pokemon Company did that because they needed time to print. But now that they have more capacity to be able to print, I think it's more than likely just going to be it's going to go back to the single wave system. I've bought stocks that have dropped in value at great prices. Still waiting on some companies to drop in value, but with everyone so scared, it has me excited because I know it's going to go higher. Yeah, man, and I mean, this is a long-term game. I mean, if you're dollar cost averaging on the way down, then you're still winning in my book at the end of the day. What's up, Tyrone? How we doing, brother? I'm doing better for sure. I'm definitely glad I hopped on the stream with you guys. I appreciate the conversation. Yeah, it's not like I'm buying stock. I'm buying things that I think that can't go lower, or at least lower enough to hurt. Oh, I would be careful because everything can go lower. You can't go lower, bro, and then it goes lower. So nothing. That's where the I'd be fearful of that. So then why would you be excited yet? Upside is like 10% in stock markets right now. Most of it somehow the Fed threw the needle. Downside is 20-50% of they don't. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's still exciting, Mike, because even though, and this is my interpretation, including for myself, even though it still has more downside, that's why it's exciting, because you can dollar cost average all you want, and if it bottoms right now, you're making a lot of money. If it doesn't bottom right now, you're just getting in at better opportunities and you're just averaging in on the way down. So that's why it's exciting, because we're in a buying opportunity. So it's fun, dude. Bear markets are fun. A lot of people, it's obviously not fun for those people that are affected the most by it, but if you have the money, bear markets are so much more fun than bull markets, in my opinion, because once you've been prepared by stocking up in a bear market, then bull markets are just 10 times better because you took advantage of cheap prices. I mean, there's a lot of people that are definitely fearful, Mike. But yeah, I mean, I agree. They are still overpriced, but there's definitely plenty of people that are fearful in the market. Would you expect Celebrations UPC to perform better than the Hidden Phase Rayquaza UPC? Probably, but that's mainly just because of the just niche that, I mean, they're both niches, don't get me wrong, but there's just so much more value you're getting out of the UPC with the promo cards, both the metal and the regular, and then you're getting so many more packs compared to that one. Like, it's cool you get the figure of the Rayquaza and it's a shiny Rayquaza, so that's sick, but there's just so much more value I feel like you're getting out of it. Forest Hill, yo Eli, thanks for the update as always, man. Cut back on buying stuff, but have been picking up Sun and Moon products. Great time to buy Burning Shadow 2.5 mine Unbroken Bonds, 25 to 30 bucks for 3-pack. Yeah, prices are not too shabby. I mean, I don't think it's in a downtrend right now. We can go take a look, actually. Be interested to see what's going on. We'll look at Burning Shadows specifically. Yeah, I want to look and see what's going on with Burning. What's going on with Burning Shadows? How would packs? Whoopsie, didn't mean to grab that. I'll just click sealed. Sealed product. Yeah, I'd love to see what pack prices on these are. Last time I checked, they were like $7. So they're $9.68. Definitely have gone up. I mean, actually, it's slowly going down. Nothing crazy yet though. But yeah, some of these Sun and Moon products are still in a nice niche of uptrend. Cosmic Eclipse is the one I'm surprised you didn't mention on the list, because those ones are definitely the best. Very respectable. I think you meant to say respectable. I have another friend who's like that. Never once. Yeah, man. And like I said before, Will, it's not one of these things where it's like I am super anti against it, because I have nothing against it. I got friends, I got family that drink and smoke. I care less, man. You do you, man. I'm very much the type of person that just doesn't care and doesn't judge people based on their decisions. I'm very libertarian in my approach, and so you know, it's just not something that was ever for me, I guess. So and not to mention too, I just don't see the purpose for myself at this point to start. Maybe I'd try it out someday, but it's expensive, and also yeah, other factors, but it's expensive. Starting to drink would be expensive right now, that's for sure. A lot of stocks are until dang, you guys are now getting into a heated conversation about the stocks. I see a lot of shelves, but there's no great sets. I'm not much of Brilliant Stars on the shelves. Mostly Vivid and Darkness, and that's the thing, Will, is imagine saying that literally several months ago, 6 months ago, 10 months ago. Not much great stuff, just Darkness and Vivid. People would be desperate for that product, just to have any product. And that tells you that we're in a bearish market right now, because now you see plentiful amounts of product on the shelves and people are just saying nothing good is on the shelves. Because Vivid Voltage, man, Vivid Voltage ETBs were pushing $100 before they got reprint. Darkness was at like 120, 140 actually. So crazy how sentiment changes. I have to pump premium gas. It's around $6. Oh, dude, that's tough. Yeah, I pump diesel, man. $5.60. Modern was lifted by the vintage 2020 bubble in 2017, 2019. You could find Walmart clearances everywhere, GX and Hidden Fate stuff. Then 2020 brought it 1,000% for us. I remember I was buying Shining Legends on clearance at Walmart, like 3-pack pink collections of the Marshadow and the Pikachu, and I was buying it for $12 each, and that is now worth over 100 to 120 bucks. Crazy. And I also found plentiful amount of Hidden Fates that I opened up. Like, I remember they did a restock and they had so many. Even Champion's Path, bro. I remember I caught the restock of Champion's Path and I bought a bunch of the ETBs. And this was before they were scalpers, so there's plentiful amounts of product. It wasn't really until Vivid Voltage and, like, I want to say Battle Styles and Shining Fates around that time is when it started to get bad. Completely agree on that point, which doesn't make the stock market any better, though, as we both agree, I believe. I can't tell if you're saying that in reference to me or someone else. I'm gonna assume someone else. What's up, Glitch Gaming? How's it going? What's up, Eli? I'm late. Hey, well, you made it to the party, my guy. What did I miss? Just market speculative talk in regards to everything that's going on. That's kind of what's been the main talk, Glitch. Just, you know, gas prices are fun. Rad Rack, hello, what's poppin'? Nothing much, baby. Have you seen classic Pokemon's new video on vintage versus modern? Is it a new video? I have not. I'll have to definitely go in and take a look at that, though. You say classic collection? See if I can take a look at that. Classic Pokemon is his name, not Classic Collection. Pokemon Classic? Is that what you mean? What's their tag name? It's easy to trash talk more. Yeah, you guys are going back and forth with that. Just gonna keep scrolling. 100% agree with you on that one, Digi. Definitely blessed. You know, I might be in a little bit of a financial rut, but I'm definitely doing better than a lot of people. So I'm blessed with that. So with the recession, you would say the next few sets that haven't released yet are as investable, say Brilliant Star? No. I'm not saying that they aren't as investable. I'm just saying that you're going to come to a time in which there's going to be a little bit more of a balance in regards to pricing. Like, you're going to see volatility be less extreme to the upside. Like, you're going to still see sets that are going to be extremely investable, but like I had mentioned before, John, you had some sets, like I was saying with Walmart, where you can go in and you could buy just hidden fates all on the shelves, clearance on Shining Legends, and then literal Black Friday deals. Buy one, get one, 50% off for Target, at Target for hidden fates. So you're going to see a lot of these specialty sets that are going to be extremely undervalued. I mean, I think honestly too, Shining Fates is undervalued. I mean, you're talking about you're able to go buy it for 45 bucks for a specialty set. That's insane. That's unheard of at this very moment in time. Just imagine the value you could potentially get with an item like that if it were to go up to $200, $300, $400 in the next, you know, year or so. This incoming recession is inevitable. We're definitely dealing with the aftermath of government responses to COVID, and the worst is still yet to come. It's not even that, Derek. Like, we 100% agree with you that we are dealing with aftermath of what happened with COVID, but also the extension of the aftermath, because they still were just recklessly spending even after COVID, which is crazy to say. I also collect double of everything. Would it be in my best interest to sell my Mega GX cards? Your thought is appreciated, old man. I mean, well, so here's the thing, man. You said you collect double everything. So if you're talking about collecting, I don't know if that should be a real factor on selling, unless you're just saying because you're afraid prices are going down. Which, I mean, let's just open up Unbroken Bonds, for example, right? And let's look at, like, the Reshiram Charizard. Look at how much it's getting slapped right now. It's getting, I mean, obviously this is the monthly, but if you look at the yearly, the price of it is getting absolutely slapped. A lot of the GX card prices have gone down. This one, surprisingly, had an actual buyout, so this is the reason why this one's more expensive. But I would say for the most part, you look at majority of other singles, prices on them have absolutely plummeted from their top. Now, that's not to say that they're still not overvalued, but a lot of them are starting to make their corrections. Sealed is definitely safer at this point. And like I said before, I think sealed will definitely still get affected because everything gets hit in a recession, but not nearly as much as you're talking about these single products. These singles are what are going to get wrecked the hardest. So especially for out of print sets. So if you're asking me, should I start selling? I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but you can just look at the charts and then tell me yourself when looking at this on a yearly. Is this a chart that is in the direction of your product going up in the current grand scheme of things over time, or do you think it's going to continue to go down? Based on what literally every single chart except for the niche like the Sylveon in Gardevoir, I would say it's more than likely going to go down. But at the same time, if you're collecting, you shouldn't care about that kind of stuff unless it's like an investment thing for you. And also as well, gauging your dollar cost average and what you got in. If you're like saying, I bought, let's say, for example, you bought this one near the top, and then you're saying, should I sell now? Then that's not a good sell. But if you're saying that you bought in for like 10 bucks before it spiked, it's still not a terrible sell, but it would have definitely been nicer to sell once the downtrend started, you know, a year or so ago. I think we're all smart enough to recognize the opportunity or at the latest reach for opportunity. I agree with that. Thoughts on 25th anniversary Preem collection? I think it's overhyped. I think the item itself is extremely good. I think it's great, but when I say overhyped, I mean the investability of it. It's just an item that's already extremely overinflated as it is, and I don't think it's going to be great of a return. But it's a cool collection item. I have one myself, and I definitely think it's a cool one to add to your collection. But investing, not a big fan of it. A couple of months ago, everyone was clamoring for Evolving Skies booster box reprints. People were missing the ETBs. They're $40 retail, and Evolving Skies are going up and may not. Yeah, dude. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they reprint the ETBs, but I agree with you, John. I mean, specifically in America, but just in the world, we have very short-term memory. It's very bad because it's very generational. If you look at a lot of like the issues that have happened throughout the world, it's repeats of new generations doing the exact same thing, just continuously, and just different variations of it. And so, yeah, I mean, the amount of times that we've gone into recessions or depressions or any sort of other issues, whether it not be socioeconomically related, a lot of the times it's just history repeating itself because a new generation just got really just, you know, they were in the golden era, as you can say. Because here's the thing, man, and I like this is a good saying. The saying says man. If you want to, you can say woman, but it doesn't matter. But they say, the saying goes, it is harsh times make strong men make good times make weak men, and then weak men make hard times. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, but it's just a pattern of basically you have, like, you know, the roaring 80s, and you have really good economic prosperity until the early 2000s, and then bubble happens, and then you have your economic prosperity, and then another bubble happens. You see this happen time and time again. You had an inflationary period in the 70s, you had a depressionary period in the 20s. I mean, you're talking about just history constantly repeating itself in just different ways because of that short-term memory. And I think it really just comes down to a lack of history being taught, and an issue with modern day, and this is going to sound really controversial, but modern day parenting. And more than just modern day, honestly, just parenting in general, just poor parenting. You're starting to see a lot of each generation has their own issues for sure when it comes to parenting, and I would say being unaware of history is one of the biggest that you tend to see. Do you think Astral Alt Arts will be highly sought after years from now with sets released in the bear market, and hopefully now no overprinted? I definitely think, not specifically Astral. I mean, I think Astral will do fine in the future, but I think alternate arts in general, Yang, are going to do super well in the future. I think evolving ETBs may outperform booster box because everyone likes to display that set long term. I mean, that's definitely one of the factors, but also as well because ETBs are probably going to be less reprinted, but that's definitely a factor. Seen Evolving Skies 3-pack listed for 30, Unbroken Bonds for 30. What? Buying Unbroken Bonds all day. Evolving Skies, the prices are oversold. 100% agree. I just reached level 4 seller. Shout out to Derek. Let's go, my guy. The sad truth about selling sealed Pokemon on TCG or eBay is you lose a massive chunk of profit to those platforms, and that's not even including shipping. 100% agree, Derek. That's why I always try and weigh out my options for where I can sell, because I can sell at eBay, I can sell at TCG Player, I can sell on Instagram through consignment places. I can sell on Facebook. So there's always so many different options I can sell items, and I find out what's just best for me. That's why for me, TCG, very rarely will I sell sealed unless there's a such larger premium on TCG Player to sell certain items over others, and where the fees don't matter as much. I'm more focused on singles specifically because they have such a good setup for singles. Bear market has just started. Prices are not cheap, so I completely have to disagree with you here. I mean, I'm not saying cheap as in like, oh my god, if you look at several years ago, it's cheap. Like, or sorry, I'm not saying it's cheap in the way of like, you look at 3 or 4 years ago and you see the prices and now how much more expensive. I'm saying things have become cheaper to the point of where literally, Mike, a year ago, people were telling us you were never going to see a booster box under $100, which is such a dumb sentiment. I can't believe people are saying that. Just FOMO. And now you're seeing booster boxes go for as cheap as $75. And that's in an inflationary period, bro. That's when you're talking about prices raising. $75 for like battle styles and Chilling Reign, that is cheap, my guy. That is so cheap. That is so undervalued, specifically Chilling Reign. So I would say that there is tons of opportunity that you didn't have a year ago. Sure, you can say with older product in the grand scheme of things, you know, things are still so much more expensive because of the amount of items that became inflated, but a lot of them have rechased either really heavily or a decent amount, and they are cheaper or more affordable than they were before. Of course, we can cherry pick arguments for and against, but I'm just talking about a general sentiment that we are more in a buyer's market than we are in a seller's market currently, Mike. That's what I would say. Cheap is relative. There's a bunch of companies at 52 weeks low right now. Yeah, no, the cheap is relative for sure. RKV collection boxes are blow my mind for being a stock. That box has incredible value. Agree. Do you expect Chilling Reign to already push up to $100? Yep. Totally saw that coming, John. Because it makes sense, man. I've talked about this before, and I'll say it again. We can go to Polkadata.io right now, and they'll show us the chart. But literally battle styles, guys. Sets like battle styles, which everyone loves to dunk on. Let's go seal product. Battle styles. Sets like battle styles, man, performed extremely well until they get printed. Look at how it performed at first. Its initial release, it was at 150 still, and it was at its high was selling for 160, 170. This is after the initial release. It was still sitting at 140. Wave 2 comes out. Price goes down to around 115, 120. Wave 3 comes out. Price corrects all the way down to 91. Then, guess what? No reprint. It's going. What do you know? It gets a reprint. Then, all of a sudden, price tanks. Like, you're talking as low as $75 on some places. Flash sales, right? And that's exactly what happened. And you're more than likely going to see the prices start to go up again. I mean, you just look at these just kind of sideways action. This is the newest high within this, here, let's see, this period right here. You're talking about 92.84, you're talking about 92.97. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about breaking highs. It's not crazy for battle styles, but I'm using that example specifically because of the amount of reprints it's had versus Chilling Reign booster boxes hasn't even had a reprint. Chilling Reign is a very low supply product. It literally got released. Price went from 151, then went all the way down. Wave 2 got delayed. It was supposed to come out in July. It got pushed back. Supposed to come out in August. Got pushed back. Supposed to come out in September. Got pushed back. Supposed to come out in October. Got pushed back. And then finally, come end of October, early December, we finally got news. Chilling Reign Wave 2 was coming out. Not a reprint wave. Wave 2 was coming out. And so the price of it absolutely tanked. And of course, what next is going to happen, you think? Well, considering it's only had 2 waves, of course it's going to go up because it's still extremely low supply. It just had a massive wave because it was wave 2. And so it is going to be represented a lot healthier going up because it is so much more underprinted than Battle Styles. If you take one for one, Battle Styles has performed so much greater compared to Chilling Reign. But once you start considering the fact that Chilling Reign has half the amount of reprints as Battle Styles, or Battle Styles has double the amount of reprints as Chilling Reign, of course Chilling Reign is going to perform better because the supply is so much lower. So, and I think there's going to be more Chilling Reign reprints to come because this set is not even close to going out of rotation. Yo, Plavasaurus, what's up, my guy? My Scotch collection is holding its my Scotch collection. Don't know why I read Scotch. That's so funny, Plavasaurus. Hey, at least you haven't drank all of it. That's, you know, it's like literally collecting Pokemon, opening your collection and like having a Scotch collection and drinking it. I think it'd be cool to collect Scotch. I'm not like, obviously I don't drink, but I love collecting things. So it's pretty easy for you to find something that I'd want to collect. My bourbon collection is doing the same for me. I low-key regret all the money I spent on allocated. Bro, Derek out here. Man, I regret the money I spent on Pokemon. 10K past couple months. Oh, bourbon. So much money I spent on bourbon. Y'all are regretting all the money you spent. 625? Yo, what? Where are you, Zapdos? California, I heard some places is $8. Derek is ahead of the curve. Do not panic the bar market. You can see red, you buy. Dollar cost average down. How much will Vivid Voltage be carried as a set long term since it came out during the boom? Well, here's the, that's a great question, John, because a lot of it was carried because of the boom. But if we just take the value of what's going on with Vivid Voltage, the booster boxes have performed extremely well, specifically because it had 3 waves and a reprint wave, if I'm correct. No, it had 2 waves and a reprint wave. So it has performed really well. So this is the price after the initial release. This is where the price went all the way up to. Has its reprint wave, or has its wave 2. Prices go up, has a reprint wave, or a wave 3, but I'd say a reprint wave. And then now it's just going up. So ETB, or booster boxes have performed extremely well, so I don't see why ETBs won't. I think ETBs will perform extremely well. So I think it'll do well, and we're in a slower time in the market right now, and so I think that this is indicative of the demand is still there for that set because it's fun to open. Regardless of the value of the cards themselves, it's still a fun set that a lot of people like because they do like those amazing rares. Even if the profitability of opening the set is atrocious. Do not open it if you're trying to make money. Just go master set it by buying it online. You can probably buy the whole set for like $300 or $400. And that's a master set version. What's your opinion on Professor Junior Premium Collection? Will it be as good as Marnie? It will definitely not be as good as the Marnie, Edwin. The only thing that I can say will give it value is it has a better pack selection, but if I'm being quite honest, I'm a little disappointed by their pack selection. I think they could have done more. I remember watching the video of Pokerev, and I just got really upset because, like, mother frickers, only giving us 1 Evolving Skies pack? What a bunch of scrubs. They gave us 2 Brilliant Stars, 1 Evolving Skies, or no, 3 Brilliant Star, 1 Evolving Skies, I think 2 Astral, and like a Chilling. And I'm like, what is this garbage, bro? They probably gave us Fusion. I can't remember exactly. The only thing I remember is they gave us 1 Evolving, and I was just pissed. I was like, I want more Evolving, dude, because that's going to carry the value of the pack selection. Because Marnie did great, and its pack selection was Chilling Reign, Vivid Voltage, and like Battle Styles. That's a terrible pack selection in the grand scheme of things compared to Evolving Skies and Brilliant Star. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Chilling Reign is a good set, like Vivid Voltage is a good set, but I mean, it's not Evolving Skies or Brilliant, guys, that's for sure. Pokemon Classic. Yeah, you said Pokemon Classic. I went and I took a look on Pokemon Classic site, and the most recent thing is Pokemon investing, is it a gamble? So I don't know specifically. It must have been an older video, not one of the more recent ones. Listen to Buffet, lol, the fearful and greedy quote. Oh. Listen to Buffet. Listen to Buffet. Yeah, be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. Listen to Buffet. I literally read his name as Buffet instead of Warren Buffett. That's so funny. Glitch, take a second to hit the like, everyone. We have 60 plus viewers, but only 13 likes. Yeah, take a second, guys. Leave a like, comment down below. I appreciate that. Thanks as always, Glitch, for pointing that out. Make sure to hit that like, baby. Enter into our weekly giveaways. Classic came after my guy Alex from Nostalgianomics. Was Alex permission, of course? Oh, came after him. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Oh, that's cool that he gave him permission, or at least he asked. I think that's cool. I mean, to be fair, man, it's pretty easy to go after Nostalgianomics. He makes a lot of extremely good a large amount of hot takes. And so you can, I mean, anyone who makes a hot take, you can totally go after him. It was kind of like when I made the hot take about, you know, I literally told people that by the end of the month of May, we were going to hear some form of news about reprints from Evolving Skies. And literally one video later, like the next day after I made that hot take video, it was confirmed. So I was like, yo, I called it, boys. I was like, all right, guys, I got about 3 weeks. We need to hear news. I'm sweating a little bit. I feel pretty confident, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still nervous if it doesn't happen. Like 2 days later, a day later, let's go. I called it. We're getting a reprint. But it just made sense to me that we were getting a reprint. So I was pretty confident in my hot take on it. But yeah, no, I got definitely a lot of flack. So people are like, oh, he's taking a hot take. This is just conspiratorial. Like, where's the hard facts? And I'm just like, I get it. But I think I'm right on this one, and I nailed it. I'm usually pretty right on when it comes to like reprint theories, but that's just because it's just Pokemon Company is very predictable. So I'm not a rocket scientist. I just have connections with my distributor, and so I'm able to know when stuff happens in reprints and just see there's a pattern. What's up, Spencer? How we doing? Hopefully all is doing well. Yeah, definitely. You guys are brightening up my day. I appreciate it. What's your thoughts on Team Up sealed product? Ooh, I think that if you're trying to collect it, it's cool, but I think it's overpriced. I think it is overpriced, and I think you got a lot better opportunity elsewhere outside of Team Up. It was a very underprinted set. It was a very high demand set, or it is a high demand set, and so for that reason, it's just not worth the investment, in my opinion. Because you can find other packs that are way cheaper, like Cosmic, in that around the same time, that have just as good as sets, if not better. I mean, look at the pack price for a Sun and Moon era set. I mean, guys, like, it's crazy to me how expensive this is. $900 for a booster box. And then the packs themselves are going for, let's see if we can find the value of the pack. The packs themselves are going for around, where is it, $20, man. Good luck on that one, man. Good luck on that one. That is so expensive. I love the art. I mean, also, you know what's interesting too? You want to talk about an artwork that has performed well. This is another one of these niche artworks that has performed well. The art design on it has definitely gone up. But I guarantee you the Pikachu and Zekrom probably has been going down. Yep. Oh, yeah, it's been going down. Yeah, some of these alt art cards have actually started popping up recently. I don't know if it's a buyout thing or what, but alt art specifically, some of the older ones in Sun and Moon era have been doing well. But the rainbows are not. Rainbows are definitely not doing well. Oh, Mike. Oh, Mike is saying the bear market has just started for stocks. I see what you're saying. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's hard, if I'm being honest, Mike, because I'm literally reading your guys' conversation you're having and then also deciphering if you're talking to them or myself. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying the stock market by any means is cheap, but I'm saying that we're down quite a bit from our all-time high, and so it still is a buying opportunity. And at the end of the day, it's a lot easier for someone to have peace of mind dollar cost averaging than someone to try and time the bottom, because for some people, they don't have the time to sit down and look at an analytical chart. So I would agree with you in the fact that, you know, they're, you know, not cheap from a long-term perspective, like from if we took 5 years back, but they're definitely a lot cheaper than what they were even a year ago because of prices correcting so much. But I mean, yeah, bear market is definitely just started, so I mean, prices will definitely get cheaper for sure. But we're, like I said before, we're starting to see a little bit of a sentiment shift, so people are definitely more fearful. Do you think so I apologize for misreading that, Mike. I just wanted to say that. Do you think Sword and Shield being during the boom will cause to outperform Sun and Moon as a whole? No, I don't think so. I think you could see nostalgia be driven pretty heavily because the amount of buys of the game was record breaking. How many people bought the game because of it being during the pandemic? But I would say that Sun and Moon, still a ton of value of Sun and Moon. But the reason why I think Sun and Moon could potentially actually perform better is because even though you saw the boom hype during the time and you're going to potentially see a large amount of nostalgia base in the future, in regards to Sun and Moon era product, Sun and Moon era product was about to go out of rotation, and so the supply on that kind of stuff is so much lower. And since there is already such a lower supply for Sun and Moon, they're like a little bit ahead of Sword and Shield base and like on. So it's gonna be hard for Sword and Shield to be able to catch up long term unless you do see that kind of, you know, 15-20 year push of people starting to get nostalgic over the specific sets and the overall game itself, just because the supply is so much lower, like I said before. Going to Gen 9 with Scarlet Violet, every new gen by the 1-2 gens ago. So are you saying, like, are you talking about the game itself or the sets? Can't imagine buying Battle Styles boosters for $300 opening one and getting 7 hits. I mean, bro, I have pulled 5 Tyrannitars out of 2 cases. I don't know what my luck is with the Battle Styles, but 5 Tyrannitars is kind of crazy. 730 in California, dude. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. That's so tough. San Diego Wrath. Hey, at least you're not paying 730. Hey, I appreciate you too, Wisdom. I miss San Diego. Moved back to the Bay Area. I couldn't live in the Bay Area, man. At least like San Francisco, it's not what it used to be, man. I mean, most of California, having grown up there, it's not what it used to be. I still think that, like, for the most part, Orange County and Dana Point area and, you know, like Hermosa is still relatively clean. But, God, you go down to Crenshaw area and, like, Gardena, unless you're living in the hills. And then San Francisco, and even San Diego. Like, San Diego's better, but still, man, the homeless is just, it's bad, man. It's tough. It's not what it used to be, man. And prices are so expensive, too. Digi Smith been using a lot of excuses to work from home lately. Hey, that's pretty sick. I ain't bad with that. Yo, what's up, Pika Pika? Yo, you're hungry for buffet food? That's what it is, bro. I have ate nothing today, so that's probably not a good thing. I have been really bad about eating recently. I've been on a very much grind set because I am trying to pay bills. And so, yeah, no, I've been skipping meals to just work, which is not good. It's definitely not good. It's affecting me for sure. It's definitely affected me physically and mentally. Chilling Rain, Evolving Skies gets their final reprint size knocked down due to recession. Then that should really help those A's long term. But here's the thing, John. Specifically, I think if we're talking about knocked down reprints, that's going to be for sets that are cheap. So, like, if you have a set like Astral Radiance that's sitting at 100 and it goes to 130 and they have a reprint, then it'll bring down the price to, you know, 95, 100 bucks. And that seems fair. Now, you're talking Evolving Skies at its current prices, or let's say Chilling Rains goes to 150, 160. That's a completely different story because the demand for that set is so much higher compared to the price of other sets. And so for that reason, they're going to print it more to bring it down to an appropriate price, which for them is probably going to be around 100 to 120 bucks. Pokemon Classic recaps and then debates with Pokemon in his video, but he handles it well. Hey, that's good to know. I'll definitely, if someone wants to send me the link, please feel free to, because I would definitely appreciate seeing it. It's all good now with occasional jab throws. Sounds about right. When do you think Evolving Skies will hit LCS and retailers? I bought one booster box from Pokemon Center to be safe. Not until August, Taylor. That's the expected reprint. So we'll probably see it sometimes towards end of July, early August. The vintage versus modern debate gets real fired up. Both you can figure out how to make money. I mean, that's the thing, man. I'm a fan of Pokemon in general. So for me, the debate aspect of it, I don't understand it. I think it's just, I think it's this. It's left, right, it's wheels, doors, it's, you know, tomato, tomato, it's modern versus vintage. You're always going to have, I mean, humans are bred, humans in our nature, like, we're very much cult-like. We were almost built, like, we were built to be people that pick sides and are part of tribes, that are part of cults. And whether you want to look at that from a religious perspective or whether you want to look at that from a non-religious perspective, individuals in nature tend to pick sides on things, tend to have personal beliefs on certain things. Whether people want to admit it or not, you are more than likely in a tribe of some form. I think Coke is better than Pepsi. I think In-N-Out is better than, and I'm not saying this for myself, I'm just saying this as examples. I think In-N-Out is better than Five Guys. I think Nike is better than Reebok. I mean, you're talking about so many things you can do. And it's funny too, because everyone wants to have their own thing and try and be unique. And I will jab some people, but you'll have individuals when, like, let's use religion as an example. You have some people that'll be like, I'm not religious, but I'm also not atheist. I'm in my own kind of category. And you'll have these people that are like, I'm not into religion, but I can tell you who you are based on your horoscope. I'm like, yo, how is that not the same thing? You're just renaming it? Like, how is horoscopes not kind of your own religion without calling it a religion? But without starting to get a little too off topic, the whole point I'm saying with that is you're always going to have these people that are going to have their own opinions on one side versus not another side, because that's just human nature. That's just human tendency for people to naturally gravitate towards a certain tribe or cult. And it's just how it is. That's the reality of it all. And so for me, I always try to be very open, whether it be with politics, on, you know, try and be more moderate, whether it be with Pokemon. I'm very open to both investing in modern versus vintage, because I'm a huge fan of Pokemon as in general. And I mean, if you looked at a lot of the value that was made over just the boom, a lot of vintage is what made the most return. So it's like being able to be not stuck in this mentality of I'm in this tribe over this tribe, and being open to understanding and seeing perspectives and seeing the value and looking at it from an analytical perspective or just understanding data. I mean, obviously certain things are subjective, but to the point I'm making with investing, for me, I don't give a crap if you like investing in this over this over this over this, because ultra modern is so better than, you know, vintage. To me, at the end of the day, what's going to make me more money is what I care about, because money talks. You know what I'm saying? Some of us think Arceus Spring Metal Chests were made into another recyclable paper Arceus because the Pokemon might start getting rid of metal chests for more recyclable. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Hey, that'd be sweet. Too Much Tuna! What's up, my guy? Hopefully you are well. I am well. How are you doing today, good sir? Thoughts if they stop making metal chests for more recyclable packaging in the metal lunchbox could age well? I mean, it's potentially possible. I mean, it's entirely possible, John. I guess for at least my own personal opinion, this is a personal opinion, I don't think the chest designs are that cool. I think you can... I don't know. Let's just take a look. If we just... That is cess, not chest. If we just go take a look at the Pokemon chest designs, I don't really think there's anything special, man. But maybe that's just me. I'm not the biggest fan of the designs on them. I just don't think they're kind of cool. I think the only one I can really say I thought was cooler were the original ones of like the Japanese, like Rayquaza and like, which one else was it as well? Rayquaza Deoxys. I think that's cool. But I don't know, man. I just don't think it's kind of like the build and battles. However, of course, even if they start doing the more recyclable ones, I just don't see people collecting them. But I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know. Eli passed the luck around. Yeah, right? Hey, man, I was lucky with Battle Styles. I was lucky with Chilling Reign. I was lucky with Evolving Skies. I had okay luck with Fusion. Pretty middle of the road luck. Terrible luck with Brilliant. So, Astral Radiance, I've had decent luck, but I would say Brilliant Star slapped me in the face. It was tough. I live in South Bay, Los Angeles, and the homeless keep finding their way everywhere. Yeah, dude, it's tough, man. Ben Young, what's up, my guy? How's it going? Hopefully all is well. UT Long here, too. Wow, we got some more boys. What's up? How you both doing? Yeah, you can profit off of vintage and modern. Just do your homework. Buying low on sets and expecting to be popular knowledge. Popular or knowing the vintage pop reports and find that you... Yep, 100%. I would say that vintage requires more skill than modern investing. I think that's a really fair statement to say, Derek. Modern investing is dummy proof. That is so true. And that's the thing, Derek. And that is the thing, Derek. Wow, that sounded very fruity the way I did that. You have your class of people that like vintage because they understand vintage. They've been around in the hobby for a while and they know how to make money. And then you have your class of people that are brand new to the hobby that aren't that knowledgeable on Pokemon investing. They want what's easiest for them. They want what's most affordable for them. So for that reason, they're gravitating towards the dislike of vintage compared to modern, and they aren't as informed. And so for that reason, it's really easy to lead people along to believe that there is such, modern is so much better than vintage. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of modern, and I think there's so much opportunity in modern, and I think it's going to probably yield the greatest return because of the volatility that it brings compared to vintage. But to say that there isn't a lot of opportunity in vintage still, I think that just comes to a lot of people just being a little bit, ignorant because they're just uninformed and they just watch their favorite YouTuber and they just regurgitate everything he says. And that's the thing, man, is although I love and support all you guys, and I wouldn't be here without you guys, I want to say this and let it be known. Question everything I say, man. Question everything I say. Don't just regurgitate what I said. Fact check me. If I'm wrong, call me out on it. If I'm right and you agree with me, awesome. Then I guess applaud me. But at the end of the day, the whole point of this is that you should basically be looking at what I'm saying and taking everything I say with a grain of salt and informing yourself, because around this channel I want people to make informed decisions for themselves and not just basically do exactly as I'm saying or take all of my advice and immediately just make all your decisions blindly without at least informing yourself and feeling as if you're having some sense of control for what you're doing, because that's what matters at the end of the day. Koga, my boy! Oops, my finger slipped. Here's $10. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Koga. I really appreciate that, my guy. Make me smile, my goodness. But yeah, no, like I said, guys, be informed. Question me. Don't follow me like a cult leader. Like, follow me in the way of, like, you support and love me. Like, this sounds so freaking weird to say. Like, obviously, if you're one of my followers and you've been here and you've, and we've developed that friendship for the long time of, you guys being in the chat forever, like, I love that relationship. but I don't want it to be one of these relationships where you solely look up to me as like, oh my god, Eli, all-knowing, could never be wrong. And I'm not saying that you guys do that, but I am saying there's a lot of people that do that, and there's a lot of people that do that with other people as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm just some dude behind a computer that's just talking about Pokemon and my opinion on it, you know? So, and at the end of the day, I'm going to treat you guys as normal people, human beings, I don't know how to say it without sounding awkward, that just appreciate Pokemon and love Pokemon the way I do, and I'm not going to look at you guys any differently. But I don't know, that's my rant, that's my take. Hopefully it doesn't come off the wrong way, but I don't think it should, but who knows. I feel like nowadays it's easy to see things the wrong way. Mono requires absolutely no, yep. Another quick question. With that being said, oh, you sound like me now. Evolving Skies, after seeing the Hidden Fates going up on Pokemon Center, what are your expectations for that? Do you think we'll see a small wave? I think we could see a small wave with Evolving Skies. I think the Hidden Fates stuff was old supply. That is my opinion, Taylor. Vintage has so much more time in the market. There can be caps on how high the same thing can be before staying sideways, diminishing returns, basically. Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's fair to say. And I think, too, the amount of volatility is still so much greater in ultra modern, and the volatility of vintage is starting to go down. That's not to say vintage can't go up 100% from current prices, but it's just going to take a lot more time and movement to be able to move such large prices on product compared to smaller prices. Do you think shops will charge a little extra premium? Wait, is there something I missed, Taylor? Oh, 100%. If there is a reprint, shops will always charge extra premiums for sure. Good to hear, dude. On break, gonna listen to this whole thing during the night shift while I slave away. I love these Q&As. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Rob, I would say absolutely none, because finding the low entry points still take very, very low effort research. Yeah, seriously, dude. What's up, Shattered Reflection? How's it going, my guy? Hopefully all is well. Who cares about modern versus vintage? Steam Siege Tyrone. You are such a troll, dude. Steam Siege for life is right, Codes. That's so funny. Do your research, everyone. Everyone else's research should just be supplemental, not actionable. Yes, that is the best way to put it, bro. Modern is at MSRP. Vintage isn't. There's still undervalued vintage product and cars, just like there our modern sets are so low that it would be a good time to buy in case and wait 20 years. No, for sure. Like I said, more volatility. What's been the slowest performing set with Zard? Ooh, good question, Wrath. Let's just look up Charizard first. Well, it depends on if you're talking about as a main chase. I think, let's say, for the sake of the argument, let's go main chase. And we'll say price of the product is relative. So if we take a look at Neo Destiny, performed extremely well. Gym Challenge, I would say in the grand scheme of things has performed well, but Neo has definitely outperformed Gym Challenge. So we could make an argument for this, even though it's performed well, it's not performed crazy well. Team Rocket, ooh, Team Rocket. Actually, what costs more right now? Let's take a look at this. Actually, Polkadot is probably better at this. Let's go with Gym Challenge and see what booster box price is. First edition booster box. Average price on this is around $11,000. And then let's go with Team Rocket. First edition booster box. They're around the same. Huh, they've performed around the same. Interesting. Yeah, but let's see let's see the price on Neo Destiny. This will be a fun one. Oh, not even recent sales. Last time I saw it sold for like 30K on Heritage, so. Ooh, Burning Shadows has performed. I would say Burning Shadows has performed pretty poorly. Stormfront has performed well. Dragon Frontier is super well performing. Hidden Fates has performed well. Crystal Guardians. How did Crystal Guardians perform? I actually want to see that. I think it's performed well, but I don't know if you would consider that to be one of the main pulls. Crystal Guardian, I mean, dude. Okay, I know the value of this set. Here, let's go to sets. Let's just go look. Oh yeah, Crystal Guardians performed extremely well. I was just trying to remember what the other cards were in the set. Expeditions performed well. Fire Red Leaf Green has performed pretty well. Champion's Path, honestly, considering how crappy of a set it is, it has performed extremely well. So if we're talking what sets have performed bad, I think there's only, honestly, and this might sound crazy to say, I think base set 2 and the Burning Shadows Charizard from, yeah, I think base set 2 and Burning Shadows are the only two I can really say off the top of my head that haven't performed well. I mean, Flash Fire performed well. Secret Wonders perform well. Unbroken Bonds, Supreme Victors, Power Keepers perform well. Expedition, Generations perform well. Yeah, man, I'm gonna say those two sets. Those two sets probably have performed the worst. Yeah, and honestly, it just comes down to the fact of the matter of base set 2, which is a reprint. You added Fossil into it, I think. Fossil or Jungle, I can't remember which one off the top of my head. And then Burning Shadows. For such an old set, this booster box should not be as cheap as it is. I think you can find it some places still for $300, $350. And it had a decent reprint size, so it's not like it's underprinted, but so did Evolutions, and it's so much more expensive. But look at what's in this set, guys. And I want to see actually how the Charizards perform recently. It's gone down for sure. Looks like it's rebounding a little bit. But let's just take a look, right? What can you pull in the set? Charizard? Fire, Gold Energy. Oh, wow, unoriginal. Darkrai, Rainbow. Gardevoir, Rainbow. Wow. Wow, this is, whoa. Wow, look how fun this set is to open. This set sucks to open. Pull rates are terrible. Condition on the cards are terrible, so good luck getting a 10. And other than the Charizard, nothing. I love Darkrai. Huge Darkrai fan. Love Gardevoir, Machamp. Great cards. They are not main chase pulls. This set is a terrible performing set for that reason. I don't have to go into base set 2 because I already made an argument for that on my other video of like worst performing ones. But other than Ultra Modern, yeah, easy answer then. Yeah, because this is not Ultra Modern. This is more modern. I mean, you could consider this to be on Ultra Modern, but it's a more it's a more newer set from, or older set from Sun and Moon. So I wouldn't consider this to be more Ultra Modern. I just consider this more modern. Or at least on the cusp of it. Modern sealed equals top ramen cup of noodles vintage. Actually learn how to... Derek, I love it. I've got my pre-orders in for Pogo set. What are your thoughts on Dragonite box and Pink Collection? PTC Radio revealed the new product. I think it's great. I think they've done a really good job. The only thing I would say I really wish they did a better design on was the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. I think they look like absolute crap. And they've been really like... Here, let's go to the Pokemon Center site. I think it looks ugly, if I'm being honest. Why does it look so weird? Oh, by the way, what did I tell you guys? They were going to bring Astro back. Who would have guessed it? I don't like the design of this. What is this? It's like nothing special. Ugh. I don't know, man. I'm annoying. If one just stuck to investing holiday special sets at MSRP below, you're looking safe. Dude, seriously. All-knowing Sensei Eli tells me Siege is #1, so it must be true. Seriously, dude. Yo, Eli, I'm really curious. Do you think Shining Fates Zard and Brilliant Stars Rainbow Zard are a buy right now, or do you think it'll go lower? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Shining Fates specifically is an amazing pickup, in my opinion. Like, you want to talk about a card that's bottom of the barrel pricing right now? For Shining Fates, it has never been cheaper. It has never been cheaper. I mean, you're talking about, this is in June. The price on this, let's go, this is where Pokedata really comes in clutch. Shout out to them. Let's go to sets, and let's go to Shining Fates. If we go to Shining Fates, I can't find it for some reason. But if we go to TCG player pricing and we look at Shining Fates prices, hopefully they should have the data on this going all the way back. I could be wrong. Let's find out, but they should. The value that this card has had raw from its original date. Look at this curve. Look at this curve, and it is still going down. This price on this item, amazing buy price. Amazing. If you're talking about wanting to master set Shining Fates, now is the time to master set Shining Fates. Like, you're talking rock bottom, reprinted in the ground. Prices have never been cheaper. I mean, you could probably master set this thing for $300 to $400. I mean, you're talking, you're spending 100 on the Charizard, 15, 12, 9, 7, 7, 5. I mean, I remember back in the day, people were like, I'm waiting till most of the baby shinies are under $5. Bro, most of the baby shinies are under like $2 to like $3. I mean, look at this, man. This card, oh my god, I remember how expensive that card used to be. Look at how cheap this is. Yeah, dude, great pickup for sure. Brilliant Star Rainbow? Oh, no, definitely not. Brilliant Stars, on the other hand, that's going to be a while before I make the argument that it's going to be a good pickup, because it is, it's definitely still, it's going to have some more reprints, but Shining Fates, man, so cheap. Eli's the only YouTuber that talks about IQ, so I follow blindly even to back. I appreciate that, Spencer. I'm a huge IQ fan. Where's my keys? I have a where is it? Oh, never mind. I got my car towed yesterday. Yes, that's right. I don't have keys. I have a Haikyuu lanyard and some other Haikyuu stuff. I actually had a quote of Oikawa on the back of my wall that I would look to, just because I thought the quote was great. I think it is. Oh, how am I messing up this quote? It's like, oh, I want to look this up. This is really gonna upset me. This one is one of my favorite quotes. I can't believe. Here we go. This is one of my favorite quotes. Talent is something you make bloom. Instinct is something you polish. I love that. I love that quote so much, because the character development for him and his passion for the sport is what I love so much. Because the thing about him is he's not the most talented individual. Naturally, he is very ungifted as an athlete compared to Kageyama, but his natural, ability to just grind and push himself to the limit has something I've always admired. It's kind of like the quote for those people that have played sports is probably very common. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. It's a very similar quote. I've always loved that because it really tells you about pushing yourself to your limit and really being able to like polish and refine your natural abilities by pushing yourself. So I love this quote. I think it's great, and I'm a huge Haikyuu. Huge. I mean, it's my favorite show of all time. So oh, Spencer, you're just getting me juiced, my guy. So, but yeah, one of my really good friends, actually, I helped his girlfriend pick out a birthday gift for him, and she got him a banner of I think it was the original banner from for Kurusuno, with just the fly banner. But I was telling her, I was like, yo, you should get this guy a banner. But I still think that my favorite is the twins team banner. I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the high school, but it's We Don't Need the Memories. I'm like, that's so sick. Oh, I need one of these banners now. Sorry, I'm getting juiced, guys. I get really excited talking about IQ. Detective Pikachu, Forrest, I don't. You know what, Forrest? I don't know if I would count Detective Pikachu. And the only reason why I wouldn't count it, you could count it. Don't get me wrong. You could count it. But Detective Pikachu is not like any other set. I mean, when you're talking about, why does it do that? When you're talking about what's in the set and the amount of cards, you have 24 cards in this set. This is not one of these specialty sets where I would really point to and look at. Because the way in which they created the design and of the cards, as well as how the overall, you know, cards were, the packs were produced and so on and so forth. I think that's just, I don't think that's a fair one to pick up. But that's just me personally. About to pick up Chilling Reign Pokemon Center ETBs for 35 each. Yo, where are you picking those up for 35? What? Where are you picking those up for that cheap, my guy? Like the background music. I feel like we're playing Game Boy. I appreciate it, John Doe. Yeah, I just, I'm addicted to this playlist. It's like just chill. I think it's chill Pokemon playlist. And then it cycles through once it's been over an hour and a half. And we are currently on Relaxic Pokemon music. Gate from Pokemon XY. Yeah, Gate's iconic, dude. It's a good one. Yeah, the Dragon Frontiers, dude, they knocked out of the park with EX Era. EX Era is so gorgeous. I wish Pokemon Center US had the same accessories as Japan. Yeah, that's the thing. Biggest criticism of Pokemon English, not Japan. They do not have a lot of promos. They need to bring more better promos, bro. I'm so sick and tired of getting all these garbage boxes. Like, let's take a look at the most recent boxes that got just put out, right, for Pokemon. You're talking a Pikachu V-Box. You're talking about a Boltund V-Box. You're talking about a, I mean, here, what else? You're talking about a Cleaver V-Star box. I mean, dude, the boxes they're creating, terrible. Terrible, man. No one buys these things. Why does it keep clicking on that? I swear to the Lord Almighty, I keep clicking the button. Yeah, their promo boxes are terrible, man. It's so upsetting. Dragons Exalted? What's wrong with Dragons Exalted? Dragons Exalted? What? What? No way. What? What about Dragons Exalted? What are you trying to say with it? I'm confused. Dragons Exalted is an amazing set. It did really well. Dragons Exalted is an amazing set. I think it's one of the best Black and White era sets, honestly. Are you saying it performed well, Jared? I'm confused. Bought that Machamp Rainbow GX for $10 near mint, but it does have some edge issues, common in Burning Shadows. Yep, big time, bro. Good luck with that. The Pokemon Go ETB does look like booty. Yeah, right. Just glad someone else said it. Like Brilliant Stars 2, the regular ETB is gold, the PC one is yellow. Come on. Dude, 100% agree for us. Like, don't get me wrong, I collect both, and I think PC will do really well, but it's just so bad. I have a billion. You're so random sometimes, Travis, I swear. Picking up more regular ETBs and PC ones of the Go. I will pick up a lot of the Go ones because they will do well. But, hello, brethren. How is it going, Agent? Hopefully all is well. Shining Fates is not good to open. You'll pull $15 in cards. Yeah, seriously, dude. Stay away from opening it. Only buying the collection and then sealed. I agree. Don't Only the Memories is the best banner. 100%. So sick. Haikyuu is so top tier, my favorite sports anime of all time. Yeah, no. Yep, dude. So good. So good. You guys got me hyped to watch it. Derek, my boy. If you want to make one of the best decisions in your life right now, go to Crunchyroll and go binge watch Haikyuu. Season 1 is good. Don't get me wrong. Season 1 is good. But once you start getting into the middle, the back half of Season 2, that's to the point of where it starts to get incredible. Back into Season 2, phenomenal. Season 3, phenomenal. Season 4, I mean, it's my favorite season. Some people might disagree with me, but I don't think it's controversial to say that because you have your moment from Suki in Season 3, you've got your moment with Tanaka in Season 4, then you've got the new character development with some of, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, they did great fundamentals, like character development in Season 3, but Season 4, man, they knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, with the character development that they did, especially when you start to see the progression of, Hinata starting to become a better all-around player. There's so many more moments, I would say, in Season 4 than both Season 3 and 2. Like, don't get me wrong, Season 2, Oikawa's serve is one of the best animations. I love and miss the animations that they did. But they just had so many good moments of, like, and this isn't really spoiling it because you'd have to see the part to, like, see it, but, like, you know, you've obviously got Tanaka's hit, and he has 2 moments of that with the one where he makes the cut shot, the one where he has that connection with Kageyama, and then you also have as well the passing ability finally seeing with Hinata. That's a great one. There's just so many good moments, so it's just, dude, there's only a couple things in this world that will make me cry, and that show and the moments in it is one of them. Like, literally, there's only 3 things I can think of off the top of my head that'll make me cry in a show. It's How I Met Your Mother, when something happened to Marshall. I don't want to spoil it. It's the intro to Up. That one gets me every freaking time. And then the first time for Haikyuu was when Suki got the block, and then the second time was for Tanaka's swing and the whole, like, motivational speech that he gave in the lead up to that. Man, I'm already getting emotional. That's crazy, bro. I just bought 8 Mischievous Pichu for almost like 5 minutes ago. That's so funny, my guy. Just bought 4 of the Eevee premium collection boxes, alternate boxes, 60 each. Think that's a good investment with future price in your opinion? Blazer, I think that box is going to do so good. I think that box is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy good. Yeah, honestly, man, I think that what it has in it is just so much value, because when you're talking about the fact that it not only comes with a shiny Eevee, which already Eevee is already an extremely desired item, like a desired Pokemon, but then you're also telling me as well that that it comes with a playmat as well. That's gorgeous, dude. That is so cool. I'm surprised you picked it up for where'd you get it for 60 though? You could have probably gotten it cheaper. I mean, I myself on my site is selling it for 55. Not to shamelessly promote myself, but you probably find it cheaper other places too. I know it's sold out if I'm correct. Here, let's see if we can just look up Pokemon Go. I mean, I think it's sold out at $50. Yeah, so 60, I feel like a little overpaying, but yeah, because like I said, I'm selling it for 55. But they'll do well, dude. They'll do well. Those clearance V-boxes are great deals, at least. That's for sure, dude. They are definitely great deals when you break it down, because you're buying at below wholesale. They printed so many of the Bull 10V and Pikachu V. Dude, I don't know, dude. Don't know, man. Don't know, man. It's dumb. It's dumb. Do you think they'll get rid of the awkward jumbo cards that I'd much rather take than the Arceus V figure than the jumbo duplicates? Sadly, no, John. I think that some people do like the jumbo cards. I mean, that's very evident of what kind of happened with the 25th anniversary pack. So I do think they're going to start getting... they're not going to get rid of them, sadly. But I'm not a big fan of them either, man. But people still like them. Digi Smith, Season 4 had animation issues because of COVID, but it has great moments. Yes, yes. That is 100% true, Digi. From an animation perspective, it was by far the worst season of animation, but the character development and the storyline and the moments is why I think it's so good. Because there was literally one throwaway episode I remember, and I was like, yo, this is such a bad episode. And I don't say that about Haikyuu. It was like the animation was so bad. But they outsourced it to some like Chinese company is what I heard. So it was so bad. The memes about it were so funny. I'm just thinking about it. It's so funny. I actually want to look this up. I want to look this up because I'm getting to the back end of questions. So we're going to start wrapping up here soon. But this one in particular has me dead, bro. How do you mess that up with the animation where his neck's backwards? And they have this face. And they have his nose like that? How do you mess up the animation so poorly, dude? It's so bad, bro. Especially if you see the original animation. Bro, I kid you not. When I saw Oikawa, I didn't even know it was Oikawa. I was like, is that Oikawa? What? I totally couldn't even recognize him. But yeah, those are the main... I wonder if there's one... There was one of Suki, I think. I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think there... I could have sworn there was one of Suki. Maybe not. But... Why don't we see more Ash feature trainer cards? We will, John. Don't worry. Oh, wait. No, that's a lie. That's Red's Pikachu. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a great question. Why don't we see more Ash? I definitely hope we would see more of him. I think it'd do well from a collectability perspective. I mean, you got Ash's Pikachu is level X. I mean, and Ash's Greninja. But other than that, I can't think of a last time they did it. Ash's Greninja. Obviously, you've got Sun and Moon promos for the Ash's Pikachu. And then, obviously, the Japanese promo of the Ash's Pikachu level X. But yeah, dude, they don't do it enough. It's tough. It's definitely lame. Wish they did it better. I think he's talking about the Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon premium boxes with the alt art. Wait, Spencer, who is? Oh my god, Blazer is. I just bought 4 each of the EV Premium Collection alternate art boxes. Oh my god, I read that wrong. Oh, Blazer, in that case, Blazer, you bought it at a great price. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I think those will do amazing. Thank you for correcting me on that, Blazer. Yeah, no, Blazer. Those will do great. Future price, I mean, I could see those going up pretty heavily. My bad on that one, Blazer. I am so sorry. Thank you so much for correcting me on that one. That is the wrong item. Yeah, Blazer, my bad on that one. Yes, I think it'll do extremely well. I think you got it at a pretty good price too. It's about a little bit under market at this point. What are these going for market? Let's take a look at Vaporeon. Sorry, every time I hear Eevee, it throws me off because there's so many Eevee products. Vaporeon. Good job, Eli. What the frick did I accidentally click? Seal product. Here it is. Whoa! That is a lot of money. That is worth a lot more than I remember it. My guess is because TCG's based more on the video game. Yeah, for sure. I was on a call with a client. Don't tell me I missed the new Haikyuu Seasons Lander. No. It's not. No comment. I was just saying. I was crapping on Season 4's animations. That's all. I'm ready for Season 5, bro. I've been dying for Season 5. Season 4 was amazing. I was saying Season 4 is my favorite season. The only issue I have with it was just the animation that they had to outsource because of how bad it was. Like, we'll go back and take a look at it, but we'll go back to Haikyuu bad animation meme. But yeah, like this, like his neck's backwards. I don't even know what this face is. Like, what? It's bad. It's so bad. Oh, so funny. Seriously, Derek. Blazer, those are amazing boxes. 100% agree. Cosmic has red and blue full art trainer. Yeah, but that's not full art trainers are different. Sorry, red is different than Ash. They're two different people. They're two different people. That's the thing you have to understand, Forrest. I'm excited about them doing red cards, but they don't do Ashes. To be honest, I feel the manga during the Kurusu no Nekoma quarterfinals match. Well, don't spoil it, bro, because it hasn't come out yet, so we don't know what's going to happen. And I don't need the spoilers because I don't read the manga. Gotta go improv to meeting. See y'all. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Digi. Eli, when or if do you think the time to buy Astral Radiance will be, and do you think the booster box will be better in the short, medium term than ETBs? I think that right now the ETBs have been performing horribly, and surprisingly, because Darkrai is a great box design, and I think right now is a good time to buy. Honestly, bro, I think, Ben, you can probably find them for around $95, which I think is a solid price for Astral, especially considering how low of a print it is. So if you find it for around that $95 price point, hopefully on the lower side of that, then dude, I think it's a great pickup for sure on Astral, especially with all the alternate arts popping up or popping off. So I think now's a great time. And if they have a reprint, you can just dollar cost average down to $80, $85, and your dollar cost average. Let's say you bought in, spent $500, $95. Spend another $500 at $85. Dollar costing to $90, or you bought it in at $80, dollar costing to $875. So dollar cost average wise, you're just doing good, man. You're looking solid. So I think you've got a pretty good price point, especially considering the risk to reward is so great, considering how low it was printed of a set. Which do you think will perform better long term, Arceus or the Evolution collection boxes? Honestly, might sound like a hot take. I think the Arceus will. Yeah, I think the Arceus will. True, not many Ash cards. That's a lot of the tops cards of Ash. Yeah. I went through and got the Legendary Treasures box I mentioned a few weeks back ago for 2.4K. Pretty mint. Hey, dude, great price. Shout out to you on that one. That is so below. Where's Koga? Koga? 2.4K, bro? You got a buyer already. That's for sure, Evo. But so we've been going over by 15 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Last 5 minutes. Anyone got any more questions? And then we'll kind of hit the road on this one. But thank you guys all once again. But yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up real quickly. But thank you guys all once again so much for the love and support. I wouldn't be able to do this without you all, so I'm definitely glad. We had a good showing too. I think at one point we had 80. Eli, thanks for going live despite feeling like trash. I appreciate that, Jared. Yeah, man. You guys definitely made me feel better. That was honestly it. Is I kept telling myself I didn't want to go because of just how I'm feeling. But I was like, I think it'll be good for me. It'll be a good distraction. Because what am I going to do, bro? If I don't go live, I'm just going to sulk. And I'm just going to be sad. I'm just going to get in my head more. So having you guys talk to me and help distract me is nice. Evo me. Koga said he'd buy it. Cheers, Eli. The cheapest I've seen in the UK for ETBs are around 35 to 36 on 100 to 105 pounds for booster boxes. Ooh. 100 to 105? Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, UK prices are harder. Oh, and you can't get it in the United States because with shipping prices and being $10 to $15 cheaper will not offset the cost of shipping. That's tough, my guy. Thanks, Eli. Great video as always. I appreciate that, Glitch. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Ben, it's hard to gauge because prices are so much different in the States versus the UK. I still think 100 is still a solid. If you can find 95 pounds, that's great. 100 pounds is probably not too shabby, but it's definitely hard to really gauge that because I'm going to make an argument saying that it's already going to be overinflated in price compared to the US. So, you know, that's just what I'm saying. Worth buying a Shining Legends collection box and Hidden Fates collection box? Ooh, from an investment perspective, no. I think you can find a better value elsewhere. They're already so expensive, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. I mean, Shining Legends, actually, I don't know. I would say Hidden Fates for sure. Definitely stay away. But I think Shining Legends. Collection box on Shining Legends? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would say it's too expensive at this point. So, but all right, these are gonna be the last couple questions, guys. Then I'm out of here. I'm starting to think I can't learn Japanese in my sleep. If only, Kevin, that'd be so sick. Interesting. The evolution premium boxes are readily available in stores as Arceus are. No, they're not. They were not readily available. Actually, that's a lie. They were really readily available in my local store, both at Target and Walmart. I was able to find them everywhere. So that's not true. That's why I'm hesitant. Bids are going cheaper, but not by much less. Yeah, I feel that, Ben. That's the thing. It's definitely hard. Another great stream. Thank you, Sensei. Hey, appreciate it, John. Yeah, I think I'll end up giving Astro a wide berth, mate. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, of course, my guy. When do you think Dragon Exalted will be considered vintage? After Sword and Shield era, once we start getting into Violet, you're going to start seeing Black and White being considered more vintage. Because I think right now you're talking about like WotC era, and then vintage is kind of like EX, Diamond, and Pearl. And then Black and White is like on the cups of vintage for sure. Because when you think about it, guys, even though it's not that old in the grand scheme of things, Pokemon in the grand scheme of things is only 25 years old. So nothing's old in retrospect. What really is vintage? Sorry we're taking so long. You're all good, bro. Getting them both for 420. I mean, that's another thing I'll have to say to this will be the last question, Air Diddy. Do I think that long term these items will do well? Yeah, of course. Do I think that you can find better investments elsewhere? Definitely. However, if you can always find a good deal, like Air Diddy was saying, for 420 for both, then that's an amazing price, and you jump on those opportunities. And you know, there are items that I wouldn't buy in large quantities because you can allocate your liquidity elsewhere. So that's just my opinion on it all. But yeah, 420, I mean, if you would ask me the question, do you think it's a good deal versus should I invest in it? I would have definitely answered differently. So, because 420 is a good price to jump on if you're talking about buying one of these. So yeah, no, definitely a good solid price. But as far as it goes, guys, that is all. I went a little bit over my 5 minutes, like I mentioned. So, but thank you guys all so much. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and be subscribed. If you want to enter into our weekly giveaways. We are giving away a full booster box split amongst 3 people each and every week. So, but I'm out of here. But I will see you all on tomorrow's video. We're gonna be discussing